Second Chronicles 36. Then the people of the land tooketh YAHUAH, the son of Yoshiyahu, and made him king in his father's stead in Jerusalem. YAHUAH was 23 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months in Jerusalem. And the king of Mitzrayim put him down at Jerusalem, and condemneth the land in 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. And the king of Mitzrayim made Elakim, his brother, king over Yehuda and Jerusalem, and turneth his name to Yehoiakim. And Necho tooketh Yahuakaz, his brother, and carried him to Mitzrayim. Yehoiakim was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahuwah Elohim. Against him came up Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel, and bound him in fetters to carry him to Babel. Nebuchadnezzar also carried of the vessels of the house of Yahuwah to Babel, and put them in his temple at Babel. Now the rest of the acts of Yehoiakim and his abominations which he did, and that which was found in him, behold, they are written in the Cepher of the kings of Yasharel and Yehuda, and Yehoiakim his son reigned in his stead. Yehoiakim was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months and 10 days in Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahuwah. And when the year was expired, King Nebuchadnezzar sent and brought him to Babel with the goodly vessels of the house of Yahuwah, and madeth Zedekiah his brother king over Yehuda and Jerusalem. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahuwah Elohim, and humbled not himself before Yirmiyahu the prophet, speaking from the mouth of Yahuwah. And he also rebelled against King Nebuchadnezzar, who had made him swear by Elohim, but he stiffeneth his neck, and hardeneth his heart from turning unto Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharel. Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgressed very much after all the abominations of the heathen, and polluted at the house of Yahuwah, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem. And Yahuwah Elohai of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up early and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of Elohim, and despised his words, and misused his prophets, until the wrath of Yahuwah arose against his people, till there was no remedy. Therefore he brought upon them as the king of Kasdim, who slew their young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon young man or maiden or old man or him that stooped for age. He gave them all into his hand. And all the vessels of the house of Elohim, great and small, and the treasures of the house of Yahuwah, and the treasures of the king and all his princes, all these he brought to Babel. And they burneth the house of Elohim, and broke down at the wall of Jerusalem, and burnt all the palaces thereof with fire, and destroyed all the goodly vessels thereof. And them that had escaped from the sword carried he away to Babel, where they were servants to him and his sons until the reign of the kingdom of Persia, to fulfill the word of Yahuwah by the mouth of Yirmiyahu, until the land had enjoyed her Shavuoth. For as long as she lay desolate, she kept Sabbath, to fulfill 60 and 10 years. Now in the first year of Kodesh, king of Persia, that the word of Yahuwah spoken by the mouth of Yirmiyahu might be accomplished, Yahuwah stirred up at the Ruach of Kodesh, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus says Kodesh, king of Persia, all the kingdoms of the earth has Yahuwah Elohai of heaven given me, and he has charged me to build him a house in Jerusalem, which is in Yehuda. Who is there among you of all of his people? Yahuwah Elohai be with you, and let him go up.